What happened in the previous chapter continued with the thrilling battle between Wahlberg and Innocent Zero. Innocent Zero used times rewound on Wahlberg, causing almost half of his body to wither. Wahlberg tried to stop it by continuously using Space's bout, but in the end, it didn't work, and Innocent Zero successfully severed his arm. Innocent Zero pointed out here that he is stronger than Wahlberg because he prioritizes himself, unlike Wahlberg. It was shown here why Wahlberg's attitude became like that. He was once a weak creature who couldn't even go to school. Because of this, his view of the world changed, and he started to see it with pessimism. During those times, Adam Jobs came into his life and changed Wahlberg's perspective. When Wahlberg was about to lose, he unleashed his strongest attack, Thirds, Uranus Inclination. Innocent Zero tried to stop him, but even though he was dying from the wounds he received, the casting of the Third spell continued. Eventually, it exploded and engulfed the entire place where Wahlberg was. However, it suddenly disappeared, which puzzled Wahlberg. It turned out that Innocent Zero reversed time, so his attack didn't happen. In the end, Wahlberg accepted his defeat as Innocent Zero pointed a blade at his forehead. Just as Innocent Zero was about to kill Wahlberg, unexpectedly, our hero arrived and managed to knee Innocent Zero in the face. What's up, Onii-Chan? Welcome back to our manga recap series about Mashle, Magic and Muscles, a story that mixes elements of Harry Potter and One Punch Man. So, let's start the video. Continuing the exciting story of Mash in a world filled with magic, we return to his kick against Innocent Zero. Mash fluttered his feet to keep himself flying while Innocent Zero just stared. Wahlberg was angry because he came there when he was the one Innocent Zero was after. Mash explained that he was raised to be respectful to his elders. Wahlberg then thought that for Mash, he was no different from an old man needing help to cross the road. Innocent Zero immediately took action and wrapped Wahlberg in some dark magic. He imprisoned him in an egg-like sphere. Innocent Zero explained that because of his continuous reconfiguration of his body, he had gained the ability to steal other people's magic. He claimed to have acquired the dark magic from their teacher, Adam. Now it was Wahlberg's turn, and he was going to take his space magic. Mash immediately acted to save Wahlberg. Mash was able to free Wahlberg from the dark magic, but Innocent Zero said it was all too late. It turns out he had already stolen Wahlberg's space magic and used Space's bout to destroy the mountains there. A large percentage of the area instantly disappeared while Mash watched. Seeing this, Mash said, "Oh my gosh." Wahlberg couldn't believe it. It seemed like Innocent Zero had a larger magical capacity than him because of his testing of his magic. Innocent Zero said that he had the necessary power to rule that world, and it was within his reach to take it. He said that he would target Mash next, while our hero just stared. Wahlberg got nervous because if Innocent Zero got Mash, all hope would be lost. Suddenly, Mash tried to kick Innocent Zero in the face. However, he suddenly felt something in his foot, causing our hero to back off. That was close. Did Mash feel it? The overwhelming difference in their powers. He said that he would bring it home with him. Suddenly, Innocent Zero lost control of his power and seemed to be enveloped by it. It showed Innocent Zero's distorted body because of the incident. Mash was puzzled. Wahlberg explained that his magic power was more than his body could handle. Innocent Zero's situation suddenly stopped and he seemed tired. He said that it didn't mean anything, that Mash was just one ingredient and there was nothing else. Mash just stared. Mash's only purpose in life, he said, was to elevate him to a higher level of being. Wahlberg said that Innocent Zero was just letting his ego run wild and that Mash had the right to decide the course of his life. Mash agreed. Innocent Zero laughed and questioned what Wahlberg said. He insisted that a human without magic would never be able to live in that life. Because of that, our hero was hurt. Suddenly, Innocent Zero attacked while asking Wahlberg if what he said was correct. As Innocent Zero's attack was about to hit, Wahlberg thought that he had very little power left, so he couldn't dodge it. Mash was able to get there and saved Wahlberg. Wahlberg was surprised, but it wouldn't change the fact that Innocent Zero was too powerful. Suddenly, Mash spoke and said that it was very convenient. In a world where magic is everything, the most powerful magic user is the worst person. He said it was okay as a reason to crush its magic with his muscles, and after he defeats him, the world will then accept him. Innocent Zero laughed and said he needed time to get used to his body, so he would leave for now. Mash just stared as Wahlberg was surprised that Innocent Zero decided that so easily. Suddenly, Innocent Zero cast something at the Eastern Magic School, in the arena. The ugly monsters gathered there and transformed into a giant multi-headed monster. Innocent Zero said they would finish their battle next time, if they survived against that monster. The minions slowly gathered, causing Mash and Wahlberg to wonder. While showing the monster that was larger than the entire school, it was explained that that apparition could destroy the entire city without any effort. Mash sounded confident earlier, so he should stop it if he can. He should show that there is a non-magic user capable of doing such things. Mash just stared. Wahlberg realized that Innocent Zero was testing Mash's strength, but the difference in their power was too vast. Not long after Innocent Zero left, time began to move again throughout the area. The people there regained consciousness and wondered why they seemed to have fallen asleep. When they looked around, they noticed the giant monster that Innocent Zero had created, causing them to panic. They noticed that it was heading towards them, causing them to scream. The monster suddenly swept the ground, causing large rocks to fly towards the arena. The people were surprised and wondered why they were its target. As the rocks were heading towards the arena, Lance suddenly heard his sister Anna calling him. Because of this, he gained the strength to stop the rocks using his gravioli. The people were surprised. Lance was thankful that Anne was always there when he needed her. Dot was confused and asked what that cutscene was for. He immediately used his Explom and directed it towards the monster. However, the monster blocked it with a magic shield. Dot was surprised and speechless, not knowing where the barrier came from. Caldo explained to him that it was called a magic nullifying barrier. He was sure that there was another magic user controlling it, so until they stopped it, their magic would be ineffective against the monster. Their only option was to find the magic user responsible for it and stop them. The monster continued to move while this was happening. Dot thought that whoever was behind it must be hiding. He added that the monster was close to them and thought it was already too late. It showed the students crying out of fear of the monster. Just when they thought it was the end of their school, as the monster approached them, it suddenly got stuck and couldn't move. Because of that, the students were puzzled. No matter how much the monster tried, it couldn't move, so the students noticed that something was holding it back. It then showed Mash holding the chain wrapped around the monster, and it turned out he was the one doing it. Before long, the students also noticed this and recognized that it was Mash. As Mash was pulling the giant chain, the monster was also pulling it back. The students were stunned, and it seemed like Mash was playing tug-of-war with the monster, and their strengths seemed to be equal. Nevertheless, they continued to bully Mash and still didn't believe in him. They still didn't accept Mash being a non-magic user. While this was happening, Mash continued to compete in strength with the powerful monster. While other students were speechless, one stood up for Mash and asked if it still mattered that Mash was a non-magic user. The student questioned whether it mattered that he couldn't use magic while Mash kept fighting. The student made them realize that Mash was trying to save them and their school, so they should stop being judgmental. This student started a "You Can Do It" chant to cheer for Mash. Before long, all the students there were also cheering for Mash. Finn was surprised and said he wouldn't believe what happened if someone just told him about it. Mash has always been a pariah. He was always on the verge of being expelled. Mash, who couldn't use magic. In a world where magic is the most important thing, he is now changing the rules there while showing that all the students are on his side and they are shouting his name to encourage him in his fight against the giant monster. Before long, Finn smiled and joined in cheering for Mash. After that, it showed Mash continuing to fight with all his strength against the monster, and he greeted the monster in the air and then threw it down. Because of that, the giant monster was buried in the ground while it was vomiting blood. And that's where this video ends. Do you think that's the end of the fight between the monster and Mash? What happened to the injured Wahlberg? Write your comments down below. If you want more anime and manga recaps, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with new videos.